Hey, I selected no monetization because I'm cussing from the gate. Happy birthday, Fuggin.
Happy
Thank you.
birthday, Shannon! You
Thank
sexy
you.
sly
Happy
bitch!
birthday,
You.
Shannon. And I got a bell for a
Thank
second.
you.
I'll be right back.
There's already an issue back there. She'll be right
Well,
back.
Oh,
Finally get her in the
she,
podcast. She runs like hell.
she had to give somebody something to look at besides our 3 mugs, so she had to show her better. She
Right.
walked away. Oh,
It's gonna be an interesting night for me because we're fixing to, between this podcast and the live stream, we finna get a little bent. And she's dressed a certain way, and she's trying to get my attention. Well, I hate to break it to her gently because it's not going to be gentle, but she's got my attention.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
So,
good Lord. Well, for those who are not familiar with Shannon and all this, and maybe you've watched a few of the podcasts or whatever, or you're just watching on your guys' channel, Swolman's channel right now. This is kind of like a little family thing, and this podcast idea came out of the family of people all in the Discord for Daniel and Jocelyn, and so when we decided to do this, it's Shannon's birthday today. It makes more sense to get Shannon in here than you could ever imagine, so for people out there, if you're not familiar with the Discord, I suggest you check it out. We're more than just a bunch of loud, drunk assholes. Sometimes we even react to music. Well, okay. Once I reacted to music, like, I don't know, or sometime I did. I don't know. But, we do that kind of thing, like, or we're that kind of thing or something. But, and Shannon keeps a lot of us going over in the Discord, too. So glad to have you aboard tonight.
The booming voice of God.
Yep.
yes.
There you are. Jesse and Red are here. Laura's here. Mitchell's here.
Everybody that's here tonight, we welcome y'all, man. Thank y'all for coming to this. This is going to be a 2-stage party. This is our first stop, and we're glad y'all are here.
Yep.
Look, there comes my sexy wife. Hey, Red, this is what our daughter got her for Christmas. This ripped up see-through sweater. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. Only thing is, Red, there's no necklace tonight.
Yeah, that ride was over.
There's no need for a necklace. That says, "Look at me."
Right.
Believe me, I'm really looking.
Yes. So, glad you're here, Shannon. I've thrown something out to you earlier, and you know what that is. Did you ever figure out what your topic is, or what the hell you want to talk about on your birthday?
Well, I had a hard time trying to think of something, but don't actually figure it out. I thought we'd talk about the college football playoffs and the NFL.
Oh, shit. All right. And where are you today with your satisfaction of where we stand in week, 16? Because it's 17 total, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I've seen quite a few surprises.
Yeah. This is not particularly her topic, so
yep.
I won't linger my point very long, but I will make a couple. One, my Saints won today. Doesn't mean a lot. We're still trash, but we won. Shannon, I hate Auburn didn't win for you. I hate Ohio State didn't win for you.
I know, right?
But I'm glad Dallas won for y'all, and kind of fuck Dallas.
Yeah.
But the game that really stood out for me, and I'm gonna tell you what, dude, I was a lunatic for that Georgia Florida State game yesterday. After all the rigmarole and all the vitriol that fucking Florida State.
Oh, it was.
And then of course all the Florida State fans are like, well, they didn't start their starters. Well, then you got a culture problem. These guys should have wanted to stick around and finish what they started. And I was like, secondly, did you pay attention to that game? There's no world under heaven where y'all still wouldn't have got handled. It might not have been 63-3, but there's nothing about that game that showed me that Florida State with any of their starters would have done any better.
No, they weren't going to.
I mean,
better than that.
Georgia was out to settle that conversation.
Yeah.
And settle that conversation.
Yeah, they fucking shut them up.
So, all right. All I'm going to say is it was an adventure watching the NFL game so far this weekend. And I almost broke my TV yesterday. but that's why you play every second of the game. And thank God my TV survived. But so tomorrow is New Year's, and we got bowl games tomorrow. Okay, and we know what we're looking at. What games are you most looking forward to, and do you predict any upsets? We got Bama versus Michigan and Texas versus Washington.
Well, of course, I want Bama to go down.
Yeah, any shots? You still got shots.
Texas, I'll go root for Washington.
You'll root for Washington. Hey, Pac-12 hasn't won anything in a long time like that, so that'd be pretty dope. But all right,
I hate to be on the opposite side. I'm going to pull for Texas just because they did get a win on Bama, and I've met the Manning family, and I gotta, I know Arch isn't playing tomorrow. He won't play till next year, but I know he's there. I did see something that was very funny though. The quarterback for Texas did this press conference, and he's sitting there at the table by himself while Arch Manning is over on the other side of the practice field trying to stay away from everybody. But that's where the mob is. And I was like, poor, quarterback for Texas, poor thing. But then again, I don't know that much about Washington. Now, the Bama-Michigan game, that's the game, if you ask me. Because Bama's out to prove, because there's a lot of people hating on the SEC, saying they're not as dominant as they used to be. Bama's wanting to shut that conversation up. But I'm tell you what, Michigan's believing, man.
Oh yeah.
Michigan's believing. That's going to be. I think that's going to be I think with Texas and Washington, I believe it'll be a hard fought game, but somebody's going to pull away at the end. With Michigan and Bama, I don't know. I just feel like that's going to be the bigger nail biter game, because that's some motherfuckers that wants to change the status quo and some motherfuckers that wants to continue the status quo. And I don't know. That one just has bigger fireworks written on it to me.
I want to see the back of it, Jesse. It looks
well,
the front.
Red's with him too.
I was gonna say, here we go. Look at that. Your daughter has good taste. She does. All right.
I don't think she should. I think she should have wore. I think she just wore the sweater and nothing under it. Actually.
That's what I was thinking.
that's for after the podcast during the live. So you show up for that. What? Wardrobe malfunction. I don't know. Oh wait, we're doing that thing. Here we go.
That thing.
There we go.
Cheers, everybody.
Hey,
Cheers.
to each and every one of you, thank you for being friends and family.
Yep.
So earlier, people were showing in the Discord their yearly recap of what they've been, their YouTube music recap.
Right.
If you had to give a yearly recap of the 5 coolest things you're checking out, or the 5 things you listened to the most, or the 5 things you did the most or had the best fun with, what would they be?
I know what hers is. She's got a new love. That what's his name? Bryce Savage.
Yeah, Bryce Savage.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's only like 6 songs off that album I really like.
Hey, then you're doing better than most. Some of my favorite bands, I have bought one of their albums and liked one song off the entire album.
It's rare to find an album with that many songs that you actually want to listen to.
Right.
Yeah, I downloaded 6 songs off that album.
I mean, one of the last, and people pick at me for this, but for fans of music and that kind of music in that era, it is hard to beat Beastie Boys' License to Ill. You listen to that damn album cover to fucking cover. And and there's very few albums. Pink Floyd, The Wall. You listen to that cover to cover. But there's so few albums out there that even if I like, let's say there's 14 songs, there's usually one,
or
at least
2.
one that I'm not gonna like, or 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's rare that you hear a complete album that you like everything on anymore.
Hey, William.
It's like we're gonna throw this really cool song on here and then a bunch of shit.
Happy New Year, Danny.
What about you, Shannon? What about you, Shannon?
What's that? What's the question?
The top thing you've been listening to or checking out this year that's cool?
Well, of course, I have to throw in Sleep Token.
Sleep Token. You discovered Sleep Token this year, right?
Sleep Token and Chinchilla and Ren.
We got him on Alien Weaponry.
Alien Weaponry.
Nice.
Falling in Reverse. That's probably my top ones this year.
And of course, we've got a newfound love affair with Ren on our channel. So
Yeah.
If I looked at my most listened to music, not the stuff that I reacted to the most, but my most listened to stuff this year, I kind of see a change in the direction of some of the music that I was really listening to, because I've been listening to a lot of Aaron Lewis, Jason Aldean. Upchurch has dropped a few country albums that are really good. Jelly Roll. Whereas a year ago, if I look back, it was more rap based and country rap based. So this year, there's just been a lot of new music that came in, from like Jason Aldean and them.
Nice, Victor. Happy New Year.
Thank you, Victor. Happy New Year.
Hell yeah.
And sleep well.
Hope the fireworks are spectacular.
I could throw in Rashad too.
Rashad is another one. I actually let me see the last few things that I actually bought, because on iTunes I bought Rashad Small Town Talk, the Jason Aldean album Highway Desperado, Upchurch Concert for Crickets, and the Brave 2. Tom and Adam album were the last ones that I bought. So
yeah, we got that one.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, music was good this year, man. I'm hoping because there's a lot of artists that have talked about maybe putting an album out coming up again, and I'm really hoping that they do.
Well, we've all, as a musician, that a lot of times music reflects society. The best music comes when there's a lot of miserable motherfuckers that's got something to say. Well, hello.
Yeah.
There's a lot of miserable motherfuckers with shit to say this year.
Oliver Anthony, another one that I bought many of his singles on iTunes. Just kind of music that at this day and age I can relate to. Like, I can't relate to anybody talking about making racks right now and flossing this and all this. I can't relate to any of that. One good song, and it's kind of an inside thing, but if you haven't heard it, you guys definitely need to check it out, is Second Chance did the song I Ain't Doing That Christmas Shit This Year. And that song got me through Christmas. It's like, it did cost me $120 to fill up my truck, man. Let's be real. Okay.
All right.
I don't know about doing that Christmas shit this year. Right. So, but I'm looking forward to 2024 and getting out of the rut from 2023.
Amen.
Hell yeah. For real.
What are you guys looking forward to?
This is it's something different, man. In 2019, we said, God damn it, let's flush this bitch. In 2020, we said, God damn it, let's flush this bitch. In 2021, we said, damn it, let's flush this bitch. In 22, and now here we are in 23 going, damn it, let's flush this bitch. How about just something fucking different? Just
right.
Man, somebody is shooting off some big shit.
It was funny. My nephew said to me today, if you want your life to improve, stop watching.
Yeah.
And I said, watching what? And he said, look at the things that are influencing your agitations. For a lot of us, it was the news. Watching news would agitate us. For some of us, it happens to be watching sports. Like, I know people that apparently can't watch football because they will destroy a TV. Stuff like that. But so like, it was a good point my nephew made, and I thought about it, because I've gotten way less invested in the stuff they want to feed us, and more invested in just like life in general. Of course, it helps that it's football right now, because once football's over, I'm gonna be like, what is there to watch, right? And then I'm gonna be scooped into the news or whatever the hell is going on. But
I know she's waiting for us to get off football, but real quick, in case you didn't notice, I kept thinking, because the XFL and the USFL has been trying to give football fans something to watch in the spring. Well, this year, in case you didn't catch it, the USFL and the XFL merged.
Yeah.
This spring, we will have the UFL.
Yep, United Football League.
And I like what they're doing. Everybody's going to make the same shit.
For anybody who doesn't know, who didn't witness that when The Rock was on there, okay, can I just ask a question? What was with the fringe coat?
On the girl.
Hey.
Right, dude, it was a full-length leather trench coat, and she took it from the waist down and shredded the. I'm like, dude, are we gonna have like jacket down? Tell me the fringe is not making its way back, because there was a period of time, right, where the chicks would put their arms out, and it was like the wind chimes of fringe and shit,
I've got a pretty fly fringe jacket in my closet back there, man. Don't knock it too much.
Fringe is
I like the dress.
Dude, I can't even lie. When I was in the band, when I was in my band and we played on stage, we had stage clothes, and there was like, leather pants that had like fringe on the side. Like, I don't know why I wore them, but I did, it was like, whatever. Tell me you did. Tell me you did too, right?
Oh, back in the day. And look, and I'm going to own these, man. I don't know if y'all have seen the movie Some Kind of Wonderful. But Mary Stuart Masterson plays a drummer. Has this little that has fringe hanging down. And those are the baddest fucking gloves in the history of gloves, especially for a drummer. I don't care what nobody says. She's like, fringe is ugly. I guess I won't be bringing my old fringe out, huh?
Oh, man. But fringe ain't nothing new. Fringe ain't nothing new. It goes way back. It goes way back. That's one of those things that just keeps making its way back at like fashion. Like the fringe, the bell bottoms. Dude, okay, can I ask a question? If everything made its way from fashion, where the fuck did skinny jeans come from? Because I'm 55. Nobody I ever knew wore no jeans that split your nuts like that. Like you didn't. So why did that become cool?
You know where it really
them tight pants came from the 80s.
That I've been watching, dude, wrestling, and I'm a wrestling fan, and I'm gonna tell you something. Motherfuckers that are 6'5", 385 pounds do not need to be wearing skinny jeans.
Men, period, don't need to
especially those wrestlers, because you can tell they've been missing leg day. They'll be all fucking jacked up here, and their legs will be like that in them skinny jeans. I'm like, dude,
y'all need to understand.
We're wide leg.
Our bodies
remember in the 90s, the wide leg? Yeah. That's where it was at.
Our bodies require oxygen. You need to have a ventilation system in said pants. I'm just saying. But I get it. Like, I hate to say it because I know, like, I'm a dude, but I got 3 daughters, right? Like, I need to explain to my daughters, like, in life, like, let's just be real. Not everybody needs to wear fucking half shirts and leggings and shit, right? Let's just be real, okay? Right. Somebody's got
people don't steal from your friends and don't wear skinny jeans.
Right, like somebody needs to be honest enough with you, be a friend enough with you when you walk to the door and say, "I'm ready." They go, "No, you're not." Not in those, you're not.
Well, in the 80s, that's what
it's like to wear my boots over the top of them.
Oh yeah, that's cool. What were you wearing in the 80s, Shannon?
Parachute pants and
I knew
sleeveless shirts.
Cut the sleeves off the shirt. Oh my god!
Hey, don't laugh at that. I do that now. I almost wore one tonight. Fuck you,
dude. In like the late 80s, they had these pants, and the name doesn't matter, but they were called Z Cavarici. And the pants basically had like a built-in cummerbund in them, the way the pants were made. Right. And then were kind of baggy and then tapered down the leg. So basically, if you were 100 pounds, you didn't look like you were on cocaine when you wore them, right? And if you were a fat fuck, you didn't look like a fat fuck because everybody looked the same in these pants the way they were cut, right? And it kind of held your gut in. And I wore those.
What's funny is the super preps at my school. The super preps were wearing the Z calves, and everybody else was wearing the jabot. And I wanted a pair of jabot, because they kind of had a little flared leg. I mean, I like those and everything. And my parents, in their ultimate ability to keep up with what's cool, got me the Z calves instead, and they got me a particularly prissy pair of Z calves. But I didn't care, man. That was the first thing that I had worn to school that wasn't from the thrift shop, maybe in my entire life, and I wore those motherfuckers proudly. I didn't even give a fuck that I got fucked with for them. Same with the parachute pants and the what they call them, the jam pants. The baggy kind of pants like that had all the splatter paint and designs on them.
Yeah, the gym pants. Dudes wore them to gym all the time. They were like splattered with paint. It's okay. It's funny because we're all old enough that we have kids and stuff, right? Isn't it cool that like when we were kids, like the cool shoes to have were Vans, right? And then years later, our kids are like, "Can we get some Vans?" Like shit
Ours
didn't
was
change.
K-Swiss and Eastland.
Oh man,
K-Swiss and Eastland. I mean,
for us,
now
it was
shoes,
Vans.
it was Reeboks and Converse. But
It was Vans and Converse, the Chuck
Nikes.
Taylors.
yeah,
Whenever I was in
Nikes.
high school, Airwalks were really popular.
Yeah, Doc
Yeah.
Martens for sure. Doc Martens
they
for
were,
sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and what's funny is watching some of these with our daughters. Some of these trends come back around as they always do. However, it's not just clothes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you remember in the 80s, everything was awesome and tubular. And then in the 90s, it was dude and bro. Well, as I was graduating high school, bro was a big one. And
Dude,
among
that's dope,
certain
bruh.
people,
Bruh.
That's dope,
right.
bruh.
Bruh. Bruh.
My daughters now, every other fucking word out of their mouth is bruh. And I'm like,
Bruh.
stop it. And I sit there and think to myself, was I this annoying to my folks when I was like, what's up, bruh? Hey, bruh. How you doing, bruh? And now, and now they're doing it. And I'm like, were we that annoying?
The reason we're laughing so hard is I showed Shannon one day there's a Chris Webby video called "Twist Again," which is from a 420 festival, and the song's 4 minutes and 20 seconds, and the whole song is about weed, like just nothing but weed in the whole song, right? And there's this dude reacting to it, and he's like, Rastafarian, right? Got the dreads and all this stuff, and his whole wall behind him is filled with every cigar wrapper he's ever bought of different types to roll his blunts with, right? So it's just like this huge wall. And he's like, I always wanted to write like the perfect weed song, and I always thought Chubby Checker Twist Again would be dope to do that to you. And I found out this dude Chris Webby did it, so we're gonna check it out. And the whole video, I go watch. You can tell he's from California. Watch, and as soon as he says, "That's so dope, bruh." And then he kept saying, "Bro," I go, California, California, California. That's it right there. That's the disease right there. That's what they call California, bruh.
The disease. He's got the itis.
Dude, if your kids are walking around and go, bruh, they might have gotten some to rub it off of them, like soap them off real good. Get rid of the bruh,
I mean, our kids won't even address us as mother or father or mom and dad. It's bruh. Now, I never actually called my folks bruh. They heard me say it a lot, but no, we are bruh. We are bruh.
I was raised by my grandmother, and the only time I ever called her something besides grandma was the time she smacked me for calling her something besides grandma.
Huh?
So,
you get one time.
that was it. No, that was it. Like, what's wrong with you? Right? Remember when your parents would say they're going to knock some sense into you? That's what it was supposed to do. If you didn't learn your lesson from the first knocking around, they were going to keep doing it until it knocked some sense into you.
Yeah.
No, see that that's a difference in parenting style. Back in the day, well, like now, if somebody sees their kid trying to stick something in an electrical outlet, oh no, honey, we can't do that. Blah blah blah. In my day, they would say shit. And somebody like, you gonna let your kid do that? He'll learn. See, he won't do that again.
I'm just, parents now are afraid to tell their kids, like, or do anything to their kids. Like, no, stop it. This is why kids are all like weird. My wife, okay, no, I can't say that. Because, okay, wait, what's that shit where you don't want to incriminate nobody? Okay, so there's this one dude that I know who has this wife who happens to be Filipino, right? And like, it's 2023, and when her kid does some dumb shit, she's like, "You want me to cut your dick off? Keep doing that. I will cut." Like,
no,
like,
don't.
That's
keep doing that.
That's why you have to stop doing it, because she's crazy and might do it. I'm just saying, my grandma never threatened to whoop me if she wasn't going to. Right? The threat was the warning. Right? That was like the warning shot. Right? You want to go one more? Here we go. Oh, man.
I didn't get my family didn't believe in warnings. You'd be in the middle of fucking up and thinking you've gotten away with something, and all of a sudden life as you know it changed.
Can I just ask a question? Why is it when we're so stupid that we would do it a second time to get our ass beat? Is Jocelyn sitting there looking at us like, you boys are dumb? like she gave you a warning. Why are you bitching that you got hit? You did it again, right?
She didn't get no spankings when she was little.
I was a good kid. I got
Oh
2.
my-
That was it. Just 2.
Damn, I got 2 in one car ride
day.
home from the grocery store.
Right.
When it was 4 blocks away. Jesus. But you know, I don't know. They say boys are more rowdy. I got 3 daughters. I don't know about raising boys. I guess boys would be rowdy, but like daughters are. How do I explain it? They're cool and all, but as a father, they're cool with a certain level of cringe because you have to think about guys as they get older, right? And with daughters, I'm like looking at them going, I was planning with my twins when they were 2 years old. I was planning on what I was going to do. I wasn't Catholic. I was going to encourage them to be nuns, right? Like you want to be lesbian, you want to be lesbians at school because at 2, I'm already thinking about what I'm going to do to the first boy that comes along and says some shit while he's trying to ask my daughter out, right? And where do I bury that? You know, I mean, you know that part, you know. But
I can tell you where we can bury it. We got some property out here, man.
But
Motherfucker disappeared.
my grandma never had to worry about the cops calling and saying that they needed to come pick up my sister, but she had to worry about that with me. Like, I don't know.
I bet Shannon was the player in high school. You was the dude that all the parents was watching out for, weren't you?
No.
Frankie.
No,
I
was you
don't
good?
know.
Was you good?
I hung around 5 girls.
5 girls?
Oh,
Yeah.
so you had
You
your,
had the
your plate was
sauce.
already full.
You had the sauce. You had figured
Yeah.
it out. Other dudes were trying to figure out how to get one girl to talk to him, and you were hogging them.
Man, all the parents like me.
That's how you
and the
got
whole
him.
time he's cutting his eyes at all the other guys going, "You fucking witch."
Hey, listen. My channel's age restricted, but anybody who happens to see this youngins, that's the truth. Get in good with the parents.
Crap.
Then you can hang out with the girls,
Yep.
and the parents will start to trust you, and they ain't gonna worry about what you and the girl doing.
Exactly.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
Hey man,
Boyfriends.
I kissed up to this girl's dad for 2 months before
I got something to say about that.
I kissed up to
Somehow
this
I'm not
girl's dad for
surprised.
2 months
Explains a
before
lot.
he finally gave us a little space, and he went outside to barbecue, and I finally got to kiss her in the house. But I had to kiss up to the dad.
Yeah.
Hey, there was this one dude. It's one of the few dudes that I ever would have allowed to talk to our daughter. He approached us at the fair, and man, he was like, "Mr. Dunaway, you're Miranda's father. I'd like. Do you mind if I talk to your daughter?" I'm like, "No, man." Now that other little motherfucker that was like, "Hey, dog," no, dude, you can go the fuck away. Yeah, you know, the one kid showed me respect. The other tried to approach me as an equal, and I'm like, no.
I haven't had that, but I did have the dudes who I walked into the liquor store, and these kids were right there, and I used to pimp beer. I mean, everybody had to get beer when you were underage. If you drank it, right? You had to figure out how to get it somehow. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking, I was drinking beer at 13.
What's up, Frankie?
Right. I was partying. We were pimping beer at this age. I know how this goes, right? I know how, like, I know the rules. And this kid came up to me and he goes, "Hey, mister, can you buy us some beer?" And I said, "I would have if you hadn't called me mister, you little fucker." And I walked away, dude. I was like so mad, dude. It made me feel so old. Like, how are you going to call me mister and ask me to buy you beer? Just like, hey, dude, what if he had said, bruh? What if the dude came up to you and said, "Hey, bro, can I talk to your daughter for a minute?"
No.
Would you smack them harder?
Okay, bro.
I'd have been like, "No, bro.
No, bro.
No, bro."
Mm-mm. All right. She's
not looking good for you, bro.
She's not here. Real quick. Can anybody get into the Super Bowl on the AFC besides the Ravens? I think they're the team.
I think they got it.
I think they'll get the bye, and I think in the divisional round they're going to get the shit stomped out of them.
We talked about that earlier. The downside of getting the bye is that you don't keep your foot on the gas,
right?
But
of course, it depends on who they face too.
But if they win the first game that they play, I think they're going to be hard to beat. I ain't even going to ask about the NFC because I'm, my team's in the mix and I can't stand the 49ers and fuck the whole system and whatever. But, like, all I can say is Arizona rocks today. I'm going to drink a shot for them.
The feeling I have, the feeling I have for this year, and it's happened to Dallas now, it's happened to Philly, it's happened to KC, it's happening to Miami. All these front runners, I feel like it's going to be somebody that quietly ekes their way into the playoffs is going to get hot. And all these teams that you've seen be juggernauts all season are going to get shocked. That's just kind of the feeling I've got.
By the way, with as close as the game was yesterday, and however it went, that Dallas game. How about CeeDee Lamb?
Right.
The receiving yards and passing Michael Irvin for the most receiving yards in the season.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, that kid is legit. He really is.
Oh, yeah.
You always want somebody like that when you don't have it. I mean, we used to have, we had the Michael Irvin era, right? And then we had, go through, but then you look at all these other receivers, and it's like, who was who? Who stuck around, who really endured.
Right.
And when you got somebody like that, it's like, man, I hope he sticks around and stays that hot because he is a hell of a player. Shit.
Who was it? Somebody recently, it was a wide receiver was telling Irvin to shut his mouth because something. And I was sitting there thinking, motherfucker, you couldn't lace Michael Irvin's shoes, especially when he was coked up.
Dude. Michael Irvin, love him or hate him. You had to be the best defender to be able to stop him.
And he played with such, he played the wide receiver position like he was a pass rusher. He was a savage fucking wide receiver.
Yep.
You go up and contest it with him, you were probably coming down hurt. That motherfucker be throwing elbows and teeth and knees. And,
Dude, he was like the Mike Tyson of wide receivers. You might lose an ear. Watch out.
Right.
Oh, Lord. Hey, wait, the top is back.
Hey, what is what? Nothing.
I said, hey, look, the top is back.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny.
I love it though, man. Look, I feel bad, y'all. Like it's almost like the black light's working on the shirt underneath it and shit. I feel like really dull about me. My shit's all peach colored. Here.
I had to go coach Miranda.
Oh shit! No.
Shots.
No. Oh, that's even worse. Don't do that.
Our 18-year-old's in there trying to take shots for her first time.
She just took two back to back.
Cool.
Oh, she's gonna be drunk.
May I ask what it is that we'll be shooting with them? That they shot of? It's not Jaeger, right?
No, she took a shot of my peach whiskey.
Which kind did you get?
The Evan Williams.
Evan Williams. We can't get that here because it's California.
It's really good. It's really good.
I know.
She's like 30 pounds soaking wet. She's probably fit to be fucked up from the 2 shots. She was going to come in here and say Happy New Year's at New Year's. I don't think she'll make it.
She'll slur Happy New Year's.
She was trying not to throw up.
Oh God, it's going to be a rough night.
She did eat right.
Yeah.
Tell her to put her hair in a ponytail for later reasons that she doesn't need to understand right now.
Her hair is short enough. She ain't gonna do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Shit. Well, wait. I have Jack Fire or peanut butter whiskey.
I've tried one peanut butter whiskey before, and it was so gross.
It was the bird dog.
Yeah, I like the screwball, but I also like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So, some people.
Oh, we're some peanut butter and jelly sandwich eating motherfuckers over here.
Wow.
The screwball tastes like. It doesn't taste like whiskey. I mean, there's a little tiny whiskey taste to it, but it tastes like you lick the knife after you put the peanut butter on the fucking bread. You know what I mean? That's what it tastes like.
All I heard was you lick it right after you put it on the penis.
Dude, is Rommel in here? Is Rommel in here? Oh my God.
He was.
Peanut butter on your pecker.
Where is J-Man when we
Butter
need him?
on the pecker.
Golly. Cheers. To
You
all
call
of
that, hey, Shannon? You call that penis butter?
That's right.
Well, damn it, he took a shot and we didn't get shots.
Sorry.
Why don't you get us shots? I tell you what, I'm gonna go get the adult sippy cup. We'll take a shot.
Okay.
Ish.
You go get it.
Yeah.
We're going to stay here and talk about non-sports shit. Because
When
when you left, we talked about sports shit. So it's only fair. So what do you want to talk about? Your topic.
You know better than to ask me. I don't.
All right. Listen. What's the one number that Daniel can't hit on the dartboard?
One.
I pick one because
I
I
one sometimes. 6 maybe.
6. Okay, I'm trying to think on the dartboard. Where's 6?
3.
Because not many people pick 6, so
I don't know. One of them lower numbers. Yeah.
If I pick 2 numbers, it's 1 and 6 now. I'm just saying.
Some peach moonshine for our shot.
Because you have to understand why when you all throw darts, I don't want to pick a number he's going to hit. Because I've already been drinking that much before y'all started. Like y'all are trying to put me to bed.
I got
the
some
least
wine
picked
tonight.
numbers are like 6 and 8
And 12.
11. No, Mitchell picks 12 all the time now.
And I can't hit a 12 to save my life. That's a pretty safe number.
Mitchell's picking safe numbers now.
No, it's not that he's picking safe numbers. He's just picking a whole bunch of extra numbers
Yeah.
in case we can't get a 17, which
Give me
is
that back.
not a problem.
Well,
Okay. So for tonight, is there a theme for your guys' live after this? Peach
2023.
moonshine.
Getting drunk for the new
Just
year.
drinking, period.
Drinking period. Okay.
Okay.
Drunk new
fuck,
year.
fuck 2023.
Okay. So
Fuck 2023.
So
Yeah.
I'll suggest songs like Daylight, of course, from Yellow Wolf. Y'all like that one, I believe. Caribou Lou from Tech 9, but it makes you want to mix funky drinks. And I can't get my hands on 151. So, because I live in a state that banned alcohol over 100 proof. What the hell is that?
What?
Yeah, dude, California banned. Wild Turkey 101 is 99 proof because they can't sell 100 proof alcohol here. What in the crap is that, dude? So you can't get Bacardi 151. And Caribou Lou is the 151, Malibu, and pineapple juice.
That's a recipe for disaster.
Dude, it is a recipe.
If I was in California, I'm like, you're gonna make me live under some of the most stupid fucking laws in the modern world, and then you're gonna take away my strong liquor.
Right.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Before you know it, they'll control THC content in weed. At that point in time, we'll rebel. But the good news is I live on the side of the San Andreas Fault, which will basically give me beachfront property when this shit snaps. So there it is.
That's what Kenny's waiting on. The big one.
Yeah.
Then he
Dude,
sell-
I
then he
can look.
sell
I
his
could
place
go.
for
I
millions.
could go over there, and I can see where the fault snapped and where it like raised it like that much. The ground's still like that. You can see it, and I'm on the land side, not the water side. So y'all have fun out there. I hope. Oh God, no! That would
Just
suck.
remember, when there's thousands of people out there in that water struggling to survive, you throw one little life preserver and watch the chaos.
Dude,
ensue.
wait a minute. That ain't gonna work, dude. Because Gavin Newsom ain't on that side of the fault, bro. We're still gonna be stuck with them. I'm moving to that side. Then.
No, that's when somebody's going. I better shut up. There'll be Secret Service show up at my house.
Oh,
That's
hey,
when something else happens to him, and you're like, "Oh wow, man, the earthquake got him.
hey,
He wasn't
look,
in the earthquake,
right,
really."
dude. They'll all be in an underground vault made by Mark Zuckerberg in Hawaii, where they'll sit around and play Scrabble and Circle Jerk. At the end of the world, that's what's going. Think about it this way. The most elite top. Okay, how do I say this and not get kicked off YouTube right now? Deranged, lunatic, moronic, You really think you live in reality? Rich motherfuckers are going to be surviving in bunkers when all the shit goes down, right? The good news is for them, they can't procreate. So it's the end of the world and they're stuck by themselves. They'll have nobody to look down on. Pretty soon, the richest one will eat up the least richest one. And then, dude, right? Oh my God. Holy shit.
So I think you need to get out of your current state, Kenny.
Which state? Oh, California or delusion?
Take
Because
your pick.
It's the same. I keep convincing myself it's okay to pay $5 for gas.
It's down to $2.89 I hear.
Shut up. What kind of a what kind of a third world country do you live in that it's that price?
Ohio.
That's how it is here too.
The SIP, motherfucker. That's what kind of third world shit I'm living in.
Right?
You living out there in the land of fucking crack needles and
dude, listen, it's California, the land of the fruits and nuts.
Third world.
It's California, the land of the fruits and nuts, man. That's all it is, dude. The whole place has gone wild.
You know, I've seen that thing today in the news here in Ohio. I don't remember exactly where it was, but somebody found a crack pipe in their bag of order.
dude. Oh my God. That reminds me of when after my grandma kicked me out and replaced the carpet in my bedroom, and she called me over to the house to give me a bag of shit she found under the carpet.
You see the guy pulling up saying, "Hey, can I get a Big Mac and a crack pipe?"
Right.
Welcome to Burger King, where you roll.
Right.
Hey, you got to be on crack to pay $6 for a Big Mac at McDonald's now. It ain't worth that much. Wait, is fast food the same price everywhere as it is here? Because over here they pay people $20, so they charge a shit ton.
It's expensive out here too.
It's getting to the point here where, for what you spend at a fast food joint, you might as well go to a nice place.
Yeah, a lot of nice places are cheaper.
Okay,
than fast food.
I just want to make sure I don't have Alzheimer's and only remember the shit from like pre-World War II, which I wasn't born before that, but whatever. Do y'all remember $2.99 Happy Meals or $2.99 value meals?
Yeah.
And then $5.99? And now they don't even put a price; they put a number next to that motherfucker, right? You go to Carl's Jr.'s, I'll take a number 7. That's $16. Wait, I didn't ask. I remember that's in medium.
I remember trying to talk my mama at one time out of 50 cents for a candy bar, and that bitch flat telling me no. Since when does a candy bar cost more than a nickel? I ain't paying 50 cents for no fucking candy bar. And now you're going to go pay $3 for a fucking Twix.
Hell, the fucking at Wendy's, the damn dollar cheeseburgers are now over $2. I discovered
my grandma was so cheap. We went to Burger King, and my grandma always got the two Burger King and McDonald's confused. So of course she goes into Burger King and asks for a Big Mac. Like, wrong place, Grandma. But she gets a Whopper, and I say 2 Whoppers and Whopper meals, and she goes, "Oh, would you like cheese?" And she goes, "No." And I go, "I want cheese." She goes, "No." And I'm like, "Okay." And we go over to the table, and she pulls out 2 pieces of fucking Velveeta cheese out of her purse and goes, "I ain't paying 20 cents a piece for no cheese."
That so sounds like my grandmother right there.
I was like looking around like, "Fuck, man, I'm not with you." Jesus. So like nowadays, I tell my wife, I go, "Don't be cheap. You better give me cheese on that burger."
She probably pulled that shit out of a bra, didn't she?
Oh God, no. Hey, listen, I ain't trying to touch nothing that came out of a bra unless it's over 100 proof. I mean, if you can fit a handle down there,
comes out of a bra.
Bruh.
It's like when we go to the movies, we'd sneak in. Like my wife would take a person with her and sneak in candy bars and shit.
Oh, dude,
we do that now.
I do that now
all the time.
We do that now.
Dude, I am not paying $6 for some candy that's going to pull a cap out. I'm buying the $8 large soda with the refill, right?
Right.
Shit. $8, you get the little small bottle of water at our fucking theaters. You're doing good if you get a large drink for $8.
It's great. It's great. That's one of the things Dana, you played music and I did too, and a lot of us have gone to many concerts, and it's like so much of that shit that we did when we were kids, going to a concert, doing those things has gotten so expensive now.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
God,
I remember the last professional football game I went to. I went and got a beer. Some bitch said $12. I went, excuse me? $12. I'm like, man, damn it, you better be happy I'm here on game day and I'm wanting to be festive and fuck you. That's my fuck you. Give me my beer. I mean,
better be a pitcher.
Some of us, right?
Better be a pitcher for $12.
do we?
How about you give me some lube before you fuck me that
I
hard?
worked when I worked at the first music store I worked at after I became a luthier. Right, I was doing repairs for them, right, and it was my main shop, so I was over there all the time getting guitar repairs, setting up new guitars, and they would pay me to do all this. And across the street was a pizza place. Well, I was over there a lot, and I got to know the guy and his mom that owned it, and we became really good friends. And they had a special where if you bought food, you got a pint of beer for 25 cents during 12 to 1, right? Pints with food. So I would go over and I'd buy 4 cookies and 6 pints for like $3, right? Like, it is what it is.
Buy a pack of nabs and a 6-pack.
Dude, it was the funniest shit ever when I got caught, dude, because I did this show and a sound show, and my ex-wife wore my leather jacket, and we snuck little airline bottles of liquor in, and she was wearing my jacket. The next day I show up to work and I got my jacket on, and I take my jacket off and a bottle of Wild Turkey falls out on the floor as the boss is discussing my drinking problem. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, dog. And he's like, look, I know what you do for lunch. And I'm like, shut up, you fuckers sit over here and smoke weed all day. Right. And so I was like, how you going to criticize my drinking?
What's up, Stacey?
Now I can't afford to do that. Like,
look,
you go to a place now, like a burger joint, and they're like, would you like a pint of this beer? It's $12 for this IPA.
Nope. It ain't even about being cheap, dude. Like this year, we hopefully our daughters don't see this, but our daughter's in band, and I am a football fan. But unfortunately for us, our school's football team sucks. She doesn't like football. She's just there to see our daughter perform. So first thing we do is we don't sit in the bleachers with everybody else. We have our own little chairs down on the side.
And we get out without being noticed.
Well, we can streamline our clothes full of flasks, dude. We've been taking to a high school game now. We've been sneaking in shitloads of fucking whiskey and fucking, I got to go piss, go up in the bathroom and be like, and it feels like you're in high school again. Like you're scared you're going to get caught. You're down in all the whiskey and shit at the ball game. And here I am, a 49-year-old man, scared to death. I'm going to get caught drinking in the boys' room.
What's up, Sean?
What's up, Sean?
Dude, when we were kids, we had it made because you could do all that shit and nobody could prove anything. There was no such thing as cell phones and cameras, right? Like there was, dude, when I grew up, there wasn't even them handheld cameras. Like there wasn't. So like you get away with mass shit. Nowadays, you can't even ding dong ditch him before somebody posts it on like a neighborhood watch group and shit, right?
There's a certain anxiety that comes with fucking up and doing shit you ain't supposed to now, because there are cameras everywhere. Used to, we'd be fucking around with shit we knew, dude. There's no way we would do shit that, so stupid, and we would know there's no way this will ever come back to us. Now, shit, dude, I'm scared to go outside and piss somewhere.
Dude, I did some shit,
and I like to piss outside. Damn it,
I did some shit at a kid's house when I was pissed off at him that if there had been cameras, there's no fucking way I could have ever done that, dude. All I did was scare the shit out of them. They couldn't report shit because it was hearsay, right? Like, you can't prove I was there, motherfucker, right? And nowadays, like, you can't even walk down. You can't, even if the house ain't got a camera, the 14 houses around it all have cameras and catch you walking into the driveway to do some random shit. Good God. I think with as much as we love technology, because we all do, that's why we're here. You know, cell phones running streams when we need to, you know, internet, Discord. I think a lot of us realize that the minute that this hit,
Awesome, Sean. Sorry, I didn't mean to freeze.
nice Nebraska. No, that's great. That is really great news, Sean. I'm glad to hear that. That's great for the new year. I think a lot of us, I mean, you know, we get lost. Even as adults, we sit there and we bitch at kids for how much time they spend on their phones, and then let's look at our actual usage.
Yeah.
You know, technology, see where it goes. You know, 2023, did I think we were actually going to have AI pictures showing, like, dude, they could show it. They're making music with AI.
Yeah, it's in everything.
I got 2 words for people. Skynet.
Skynet.
Yes.
Skynet.
Terminator.
I got
That's coming.
I got 3 words for you if you want to get rid of it, right? Blow it up. Off grid, like severely off grid, ham radio. There we go. You know,
That's what I'm talking.
dude, how is it that you guys could be in a stream with me right now? My phone's on silent and mute. And I guarantee if Jocelyn told me what she last looked for when she was shopping, that shit's going to show up in an advertisement on my phone tomorrow.
Dude, it's gotten to be a running joke. We will meet in my boss's office, and everybody will lay their phones on the counter, and we'll pick. Jay might decide to pick boat motors that day to talk about, and then we'll all go our separate ways. And the rest of the day, as we're thumbing through our Facebook, we're getting advertisements for fucking boat motors. I mean, it's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah.
No, they're not listening. Fuck you.
Most apps have permissions, and they have a microphone permission if you don't get rid of it.
Yep. That's why everybody's talking about TikTok tracking us, also kind of shit tracking us. Why bother now? You're carrying a handheld tracking
and by the way,
video surveillance device
for all
at
the
all
people,
times.
For all the people that think that their battery isn't working that good because it's old, go remove every app off your phone and see how long your battery lasts.
All right,
Because
Sean.
that's
All right,
what
Sean.
it's doing.
Happy New Year, Sean.
Yep, that's what it's doing. It's running in the background the whole time. You know. Well, we
Maybe getting some shows at our house.
We got about 7 minutes left in this before you guys get your chance to get everybody together and see if the ones in the other room are capable of the New Year's Eve party. If not, then we'll definitely be here for it. But Shannon, happy birthday, my friend.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us, Shannon.
What did you want for your birthday?
Oh, I got some more lighting and shit to put around my area here.
Okay, so you didn't need the midget strippers that I was ordering?
No.
Okay. All right.
He just got some upgrades to the man cave.
That's right.
Lighting.
Yeah.
When do the mirrors occur? Is that next Christmas?
No mirrors.
No mirrors. Dude, a disco ball. No, totally. A disco ball.
Yeah, a disco ball. That's good.
Wait, why don't you guys have a disco ball yet?
I got
Just as you said that, I was sitting there thinking that motherfucker beaming on our fucking shit.
Dude,
back
like
here probably looked pretty
literally.
I'm getting a disco ball. I'm getting one.
We'll all get disco balls. Disco balls for 2024. Fuck it. We're doing it. I don't care. God damn. See, everything
I'll just paint
came
my
back.
testicles with some black light paint.
Dude, I'm telling you what, I'm gonna replace this stupid thing with the disco ball up here. And when I'm done, the first thing I'm doing is I'm getting on a live and playing Peter Frampton. Do you do like we do with the disco ball, wearing bell bottoms? Like, I can't do the low cut shirt, but if I grow my hair for 6 years or just buy an afro, I could get an afro. What would you do in the disco ball first night?
Fuck.
Jesus, you had to go there. I thought you were gonna say like you play
Look what I'm
Staying
sitting
Alive.
next to, man. Shit.
Whatever. All right, Shannon, what are you doing with your disco ball first night?
Oh God, I don't know. Party my ass off.
Dude, probably first
Like
night with
it's
the disco ball, I'm getting pissed off.
Yeah, right. There you go.
Hell yeah. Well,
I want to see Shannon's pad low lighting except for the disco ball spinning and some fucking Barry White. Ooh, yeah.
Oh, there we
Going
go.
on in the background.
hey, through
Very
every one of those stereo speakers hooked up, every one of them, subwoofer too. If y'all don't know, Shannon has more stereo components and speakers than your local Best Buy.
Well, actually, I unloaded a whole bunch of them this morning.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, my Mark's nephew came over and took a bunch of shit I had no use for no more. So,
All right, so you dialing in the system?
Yeah.
When you get it perfect the way you want it, what's the first thing you're playing through it?
Oh God. Damn. I don't know. Probably Sleep Token.
Eat him a brownie, play some sleep token.
Oh yeah.
Daniel, I know you've seen the picture, the wall of 4x12 or 4x10.
Oh, maybe some Pink Floyd.
Pink Floyd. Okay.
Yeah.
Daniel, you've seen the picture, the wall of speaker cabinets, and says, what's the first thing you're playing through this?
Right.
What is it for you?
Oh God, there's a couple. As a bass player, this is going to sound so cheesy out of all the things that I could say, and my wife's going to laugh at me. But just for the raw ass of it, my name is Mud. Through a wall, I mean, you look at a wall of bass speakers like that. Les Claypool's not going to suck through that.
Yep.
It doesn't matter what Primus song you're playing. Les Claypool's going to sound like the coming of God. We'll need a mop.
That's ironic that you said that, because no matter what I think it is, the greatest stereo, the greatest whatever, mine is the Primus album Suck on This live at Berkeley.
Yeah.
Jocelyn, you get the greatest stereo in the whole wide world. What's the first thing you play through it?
I know what she's going to say.
I don't even know what I'm going to say. I don't know.
She may not know what'll be first, but I bet guarantee you Metallica will be on the top 5.
Well, yeah, I was sitting here Metallica. I was trying to think of which song. Probably something Metallica.
Hey, and Shannon, since if you'll have a disco ball, man, if you like Pink Floyd, do the Pulse tour. When the Pulse live video where they drop a 50-foot disco ball in the middle of the crowd, and then that motherfucker opens.
All right. Cool. Yeah. Dude, hey, listen, if you're going to watch them drop that, you should drop something to watch them drop that. It's even more
dude, you don't need drugs at a Pink Floyd show. You'll trip. They'll make sure of it. Or you'll seizure one or the other.
The craziest shit ever, I had a chance. I was, Daniel knows, I got an opportunity to learn how to make guitars from Wayne Charvel. And that's how I got into the music industry in the first place. And I got a chance. Jocelyn, I just got married, right? I'm married 3 months and my wife gets pregnant. And I just find out she gets pregnant. And the next day I get offered to go on tour with the Grateful Dead for a year because one of the guitar players' guitar techs broke his back in a bus accident, and I can tour with the Dead for a year, and I had to turn it down.
Yeah.
Bro, after looking at how that divorce worked out, I should have went with the Dead.
Right.
But hey, thank you guys for being here. We had a fun hour with y'all. Shannon, thank you for being here, my friend. I hope you have the happiest of birthdays. And
happy birthday.
You definitely are worth a write-off.
Oh, thank you.
I'm just saying, it's an inside secret. If you want to know, you'll have to get to the Discord. In the meantime, you guys, thank you for being here, and make sure to join Daniel and Jocelyn in a few minutes when they go live for their New Year's Eve party. Thank y'all for being here.
Hey, thank you for having us. And
love y'all.
Peace, love, and chicken grease and grits and gizzards and turnip greens.
Yeah.
black eyed peas and cabbage and ham hocks.
Mayonnaise.